So today we're going to be taking a look at mods in Valheim and how to set them up, which actually is very simple. Now, just to mention a couple things, you can indeed mod on servers, and if you want to set up a modded server of your own and save 10% doing so, there's a link in the description to Gportal. Also, if you're looking to protect yourself when you're playing on servers and trying out mods and that sort of thing, then I do highly recommend Surfshark VPN. Again, there's a link in the description, and with that link, you get 83% off and 3 months for free. And the final thing to say is I'm going to be covering mods in a lot more detail. Today's just an introductory how you first get started with modding in Valheim. So if you would like to see more of that, please do consider liking and subscribing. It's a great gauge of how much interest there is in this, and the more interest there is, the more videos like this I will make. But let's get started with today's video. Now, I will say that there are other ways to mod in Valheim than the exact method I'm going to show you in this video. However, I really prefer this method for reasons that I'll go on to later on. But all you really need to know about for now is that doing it the way I'm going to show you is very safe, which is very good, especially if you're new to using mods, and also makes switching between different mods, different mod packs, and vanilla Valheim very, very straightforward and easy. So we're going to start with this page right here, and every link that I use in today's video will be down in the description, so you can easily find your way to these pages. As you can see, this is called Overwolf, and it allows you to do a whole number of different things, but all we're really worried about for today's video is it allows you to set up a modding platform in Valheim. So if you hover over the gamer section right here and then just click on download Overwolf, it should start to download in your downloading area right here. So once that's there, just go ahead and click it to open it up. So at this point, you're going to have a screen like this come up, and we're just going to go ahead and hit next, and then you can choose where you're going to install it. I recommend leaving this to default unless you really know what you're doing with this, and go ahead and check the box down here before hitting next, and then it will just take a little bit of time to download as you see here. And once it is successfully installed, you can go ahead and hit launch, and once it loads up, you'll see a page that'll look something a little bit like this. So the reason we wanted Overwolf is because we're going to use that to download this thing right here, which is the Thunderstore mod manager, and this is how we're going to get all of our Valheim mods and get them all organized, which I'm going to go on to show you. So again, I'll put this link that you can click on down in the description, and you can just go ahead and hit download. Or if you're on the Overwolf app, you can go ahead and just type in Thunderstore like this, and you'll see it comes up here as a free thing that you can download. So either way that you get to it, once you're there, just go ahead and hit download. And once it's downloaded, you'll once again have it appear just down here. So we're going to go ahead and open that up. Incidentally, if these downloads aren't showing here, you just have to navigate to your downloads folder. So the Thunderstore mod manager will then look something a little like this. And if you scroll down, you can see here you can find Valheim, and we can go ahead and favorite that, and then it appears at the top here every time. We can also go ahead and set that as our default. Now right here, you'll see all these different profiles. These are profiles that I've used when I've been playing around with things in the past. So for you, you won't actually have these. So when you're first getting into modding, what you want to do is the first thing to do is go ahead and create a new profile, and you might want to just play around with it a bit. So I'm just going to call this one test for now while we do this video, and hit create. Then we can select profiles, and as we click through them, you'll see the profile that we've selected goes to blue. So with test selected, I'm going to go ahead and hit select profile just here. And it now says, oh, it looks like you don't have any mods installed, which of course we don't. And as it tells you, if you want to install mods, you can click here, and this will take you to here, or you can just click the online section here, and it will do the same thing. Now at this point, you can actually just go through different mods if you want to, and have a look at what different mods do within the game. So that is the basics when it comes to how you actually install some mods. What I'm going to do now is actually show you how to go through the whole process of now installing a mod and playing Valheim whilst using that mod. So see here, you can also search for mods as well. So if you have a mod that you're specifically looking for, you can go ahead and type it in. So for example, let's say I want to have a backpack mod in my game. I can have a look here and just see what different backpacks there are. Now, when you click on a mod, like if I click on this mod here, it opens up a bit more information, and you can click here to go and view the mod on a website. And this will take you to a page that looks a bit like this. Now, this is going to be very useful for you. It tells you information about the mod and how to use it and all of that good stuff, including right here conflict. So if you're using one of these mods that's a known conflict, then the mod will not work properly when those are also installed. But these websites are basically just going to be your way of learning how to use the mods in game to get the most out of your modding experience. So this one sounds pretty good. We've got some different types of backpacks, and it seems reasonably simple to use and all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and install this. Now you'll see here it says the mod requires the following mods to function, which are these two mods right here. So in the modding world, this is called dependencies, and what it means is that for this mod to work, it is dependent on having other mods installed as well. Now the good thing about Thunderstore, and why I highly recommend it, especially for new people, is when we go ahead and hit install with mod manager, we can open the Thunderstore mod manager right here. This is the mod, it takes us right to it, and we simply hit download. Now when we do that, you'll see there's a button here that says download with dependencies. So this is fantastic. It's going to do this for you, and you don't have to worry about what dependencies there may be. Now once that's done, if we go from where it says online here to installed, we can see there we go. So this is our backpack mod that we wanted, and these are the two dependencies. The other great thing about the Thunderstore mod manager is we can simply disable these mods with the click of a button. So if you ever want to just turn something off, it's really simple to do so. Of course, for now, we're going to use this, have it on and enabled so I can show you how to do it, but that is honestly a very useful feature. So the only thing to do now really is to go into game and see if your mod has worked. So what we're going to do is up here, we can go ahead and click start mod modded. You'll see just below though, you can even play vanilla Valheim through this mod manager, and that's the nice thing about it. It's very easy to switch between the two, and once you have this installed, really you're going to use it quite often. So of course we're going to start modded today, and it says here Valheim is launching via Steam. Now I haven't even signed into my Steam yet, so I'm going to get this thing that will come up and ask me to sign in, which I'm going to do so now. So I've gone ahead and logged into Steam, and now all I have to do is wait, and the Valheim's going to load up. So just a couple things to mention. When this loads up and you run modded Valheim, you'll see this window right here. This is all meant to happen. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All that's happening here is this is basically the console where these mods are being told what to do, and it's kind of its way of communicating between the mod and the vanilla version of the game. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of exactly what this does, but I'm just making sure you don't worry and think something terrible is happening to your computer when you do this. Now, just to say, I've blocked some personal information that comes up in this window, but I did want to just make sure I mention this window so that no one is freaking out about it. So what happens now is you just load up into your normal Valheim world. Like if I go to start game right now, this Kysen Muppet, this is my character on Ravenheim that I've been using in vanilla for a very long time. On this home screen right here, the way that you can see that some mods are running is in the top left of the screen right there. You'll see it says running BepInEx with 3 plugins loaded. Of course, that is the one mod we want and the 2 dependencies. Now guys, I highly recommend you make a new character for your modded world. And the reason for that is it's just going to be a lot cleaner and easier. You don't want to mix up your vanilla characters with your modded characters, especially at first. Once you know what you're doing, there may be some reasons you want to do that, but for now, highly recommend the new character. So we're just going to go ahead and hit start. And when you start with a new mod, again, I recommend that you start a new world. If you are going to try and bring mods into your existing worlds, what I highly, highly recommend is you back up your worlds first. Now, I'm going to make a video real soon about how to back up your Valheim worlds, but in the meantime, you will be able to find this information online. However, just to be safe, we're going to go ahead, we're going to start a new world, and I'm going to call it Backpack because that's obviously the mod we're testing today. So let's go ahead and hit start. So I'm here in my world now, and I'm actually going to just use some cheats to make this tutorial video a bit easier for you guys to see and understand and stuff. Now, if you don't know how to set up the right parameters so that you can use cheats in Valheim, I have made a video, and I'll link that down in the video description, that shows you how to do it. And this video, this method on how to cheat in vanilla is exactly the same as how you cheat in modded, so it's very straightforward and easy to do. So now we're in game. I can show you how to use this backpack thing. This isn't obviously like a mod showcase on this particular mod. This is just the example that I'm using, and when you do download a mod, all the information will be found on the mod page we were looking at before, so that's a very useful resource for you. But if we go to the workbench here, you'll see there's 3 different types of backpack we can make up in this game right now. So obviously the fact that we can actually craft these up and see them and all that sort of stuff is proof that this did in fact work, and we have installed the mod correctly. And this is how I look with my little backpack on. I have to say, I would really love them to add backpacks to vanilla Valheim, but anyway, I digress. So the way that this particular mod works is with our inventory visible by just pressing the tab key like that. We hold down left shift and E, then it opens up a slot here and gives us a couple of extra spaces. Now, just to say, we can like upgrade these backpacks and stuff, and this is just a very basic one. If I go ahead and equip the rugged backpack, then when I left shift and E, by default, it gives us an extra 8, and then again, these can be upgraded. Now, as I said, this isn't like a showcase on this particular mod, but this obviously does show that this mod is now working and successfully installed in our game. So I hope you found today's video useful. It is just an introduction in how you get started with mods in Valheim. As I said at the start, there are going to be a lot more videos I do that go into more depth and more complicated things. So if that's something that interests you and excites you, you want to see more modded videos, please do consider liking and subscribing. As the more people that do that, then the more likely I am to make a lot more of them, as I know that there's, good demand out there for them and all that good stuff. Yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Hope this helped at least a little. If you have any questions, please do let me know down in the comments. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I own a pencil that used to be owned by William Shakespeare, but he chewed it a lot, so now I can't tell if it's to be or not to be. I once tried to draw a circle. It was pointless. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. I wanted to learn how to drive a shift stick, but I couldn't find a manual.